Today, I want to talk about what to do if you have an employee come to you and say that they've been discriminated in the workplace or that they've been harassed. There's a lot of times that this happens and it doesn't get taken seriously, and there's really a clear-cut process that you should be following if this happens to you. So first things first, I already mentioned it, you want to take it seriously. It doesn't matter if you personally don't believe the employee or what they're saying, or you can't picture that the other person would have done something like this. It's really not up to you to decide whether or not it occurred or not. You need to get the facts. So take it seriously. Make sure that you are listening to them and you're not inserting any of your own judgment. That's step one. Step two is going to be getting as much information as possible. So that is going to include asking the person who's saying that they were harassed or discriminated to write out a written statement. So have them write out exactly what occurred. And I always tell people, try to include the who, what, where, when, all of that. And if it doesn't include that in the statement, make sure that you have them go back and edit it and add in any missing information. Once you have that, it's really important that you take the time to decide the severity of the harassment claim or discrimination claim. If it's something that is a little bit more minor, and I don't mean to downplay any type of discrimination or harassment, but there's varying levels of it. Is it okay that this person is still working but not with the person that they harassed? Or is it severe enough that the alleged harasser needs to be put on, a leave or a probationary period while you're investigating it? It just really depends on how severe that claim is, and whether or not it is fair to have that employee still work with their alleged harasser. If that's the case, you need to be very careful with that. The next thing is going to be making sure that you go through that statement and determine, are there any witnesses or potential witnesses? Is there any documentation that could maybe back any of this up? If it's something that occurred where there's in an area that has video cameras, making sure that you go through and try and pull that footage, anything along those lines, text message, emails. Make sure that you are looking for potential witnesses as well, and then you want to interview everyone. You want to start with the person who is reporting the discrimination or harassment. Then you want to also go and talk to any witnesses as well as the alleged harasser. You have to make sure that you give them the time to also share their side of the story. And then from there, you'll want to determine what the outcome is. And a lot of times I really suggest that employers either utilize their HR department if you have one, or if you don't have one, this should be ideally done through a third-party neutral company or neutral source. So a company like myself, I've gone in and done harassment investigations for them in order to make sure that it's a neutral and fair investigation process that doesn't put the company at risk of being overly involved or swaying an investigation in one way or another. So it's a very heavy topic, but I want to make sure that all of our small business owners know what the process is and what they should be doing in case they find themselves in this situation.